Hi everybody, I'm Tim from troutandfeather.com, and in this video we're going to talk about the Denver Fly Fishing Show. You heard that correct. This January, I'll be presenting at, teaching a class, and tying at the Denver Fly Fishing Show, and I cannot wait. Stay tuned. Let's get all the major details out of the way, and I'll be reading from the Denver Fly Fishing Show's brochure. You can find this and all the brochures for the Fly Fishing Show this season at flyfishingshow.com. And for Denver specifically, this is taking place January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The location is the Denver Mart Pavilion building. And to kind of tell you about how it works, it's $15 for 1 day, $25 for 2 days, and $35 for 3 days. There's all kinds of other price tiers depending on children, their ages, military, scouts, and all of that fun stuff as well. And then the other kind of important information that I think you would want to know, let's see if I can find it here, it relates to the times that they're open. It's Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5:30, and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 4:30. The Fly Fishing Show is just something that I have truly loved ever since I was a child. I still remember attending some of the early ones with my dad, seeing Lefty, Kreh cast all of these just fly tires, creating so many just unique patterns, and then sitting in all the seminars. And I just am blown away that I'm finally taking part in one, especially so far from home out in Denver. So special thanks go out to Ben Farimsky. He's the CEO of the Fly Fishing Show. And Ben, thanks for including me in all of this fun. Now, if you've never been to a fly fishing show before, I just absolutely encourage you to check it out. There's around 7 of them that take place throughout the country in the winter, and there's just so much going on when you go there. There are seminars, there are featured fly tyers, there's demonstrations, there's just basically every fly fishing and fly tying vendor you can imagine. And then there's just also these classes that you can take. And I'll kind of tell you my role in all of that in just a little bit. But just to give you an idea of just the personalities that are going to be there. And again, I'll pull from this brochure. We have people like Tom Baltz, Gary Borger, Bill Edrington, Taylor Edrington's going to be there, Ed Engel, my buddy Tim Flagler, people like Landon Mayer, Phil Raleigh, Dave Whitlock, Charlie Craven, Jeff Currier, you get the idea. George Daniel, a fellow Pennsylvanian. John and Katie DeMuth will be tying there, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. Pat Dorsey, John Gierick's going to be there, my favorite fly fishing author. Jason Randall, Alice Owsley, Jen Ripple, Devin Olson, and then my buddy Rob Giannino of the Fly Fishing Journeys podcast will also be doing some live podcasts at the show. So there's just going to be just this incredible group of people. So many of them I now call friends, and so many I've had and shared different experiences over the years. For instance, last year at the Midwest Fly Fishing Expo in Michigan, there were 5 headliners: Pat Dorsey, Taylor Edrington, Alice Owsley, Jen Ripple, and myself. And it's cool to know the 5 of us are going to be together at this Denver show. So I'm looking forward to seeing the others. And then whenever I kind of break this down into all the different seminars going on, you can learn everything from fly fishing the Arkansas River, still waters, tailwater tactics, nymph fishing, the Rocky Mountains. I mean, there are just so many different topics there. And if you've not taken part in one of these fly fishing shows, just stop the video right now, jump down below, and just check the link in the description of this video to learn out more, because there's just almost too much going on. I know whenever I was younger and I would attend these shows, that first day was almost overwhelming. So if you have an opportunity to attend, I would encourage you to do it for at least a couple of days, just so you can kind of get a feel for everything that's going on. Take advantage of all the seminars, because there is just so information to be learned from so many incredible tyers and fishermen there. And now let's kind of shift gears, and I'll tell you my role at the Denver Fly Fishing Show. So they're keeping me busy this year at the Denver Fly Fishing Show. And I'll go over my schedule and just kind of talk about the experiences that I'm looking forward to having. Well, for starters, if you find the row of fly tyers, I will be situated in that row. I look forward to talking and meeting so many of you and sharing some of the patterns that I'll be tying there. Aside from my daily tying, I also have some presentations and a class that I'll be teaching. So for starters, on Friday, I'll be giving a presentation called Mayflies, Tying and Fishing the Cycle. This is included with your admission charge. And this presentation is one of my favorites because I talk about those mayflies, the insects that so many of us love to imitate. And I'm going to discuss the life cycle, talk about tying tips and techniques related to that. But even if you're not a fly tyer, I will talk about some of the nuances of those flies that you should look for whenever you're buying them, either at a fly shop or online. And then we'll talk about some really effective ways in which we can kind of imitate them and some things that we can do when we're on the water to have more success. I look forward to seeing a lot of you at that presentation. Saturday is my busy day. I have 3 things going off. For starters, I'm going to be starting my morning with a class. And this class is called Today's Most Effective Nymphs, where I'm going to be sharing basically some of the best nymph patterns out there today. A lot of them are really current. You probably won't see any YouTube videos for about half the flies that I'll be sharing. So they are really going to be up to date. We're going to be talking about the tying techniques, just some nuances of those flies, and I'll also share with you some of my own personal kind of systems whenever it comes to fishing these. There is an additional charge for this class. You're required to bring a vise, basic fly tying tools, some light thread, dark thread, maybe some fluorescent colored thread as well. There's a lot of information that's going to be jam-packed into this class. I just taught one very similar to it at the International Fly Tying Symposium. I had just a great class there. You're probably looking at a picture of all of them. Some of the best fly tying students I've had while teaching classes over the last 5 or 6 years. So for those of you who have taken a class previously from me, if you can leave any comments about kind of what to expect from that class down below, I would really appreciate it. If you have any questions about that class, please leave them down below in the comment section, or you can email me at tcammisa@gmail.com. Also on Saturday, basically an hour after that class finishes, I'll be giving a presentation in the Destination Theater called Fly Fishing with a Toddler. And I'll be sharing my experiences of fly fishing with my son, Angelo, who's about to turn 4. In fact, I think he'll be turning 4 while I'm at that show, which really stinks. So I guess I'm going to have to give him kind of an extra gift while I'm out in Denver. But that's a lot of fun. And that's going to be one of those presentations if you're thinking about taking your own son or daughter fly fishing and just kind of what's involved with it and what do you have to look forward to, because there's a ton of positives and I want to share my experiences. And then Saturday, I have one more demo going on. I'll be a featured fly tyer, and I'll be tying a little kind of segment that's called Nymphs That Trout Love. So I'll be sharing some flies that have really worked for so many of us over the last few years, and they're flies that just trout can't say no to. On Sunday, I'll be tying again at my station, but I'll also be giving one more Destination Theater, and it's going to be one that I gave on Saturday, the Fly Fishing with the Toddler presentation. So I'm looking forward to sharing just lots of information while I'm out in Denver. The Denver Fly Fishing Show, January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I look forward to just seeing and talking to so many of you at that show. If you're unable to make it, I hope you can attend some of the other fly fishing shows that are going to be taking place this year. I'll also be at the Edison Show in New Jersey, so if you're able to make that one, I will see you there. And if you're not able to make either one of those, you can follow me on Instagram, and I will do my best to post some live updates while I'm at those shows. My Instagram is @troutandfeather. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below in the comments section, or you can email me at tcammisa@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching all of my videos via my website, troutandfeather.com. I really appreciate all of the support, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you, hopefully, this show season.